more methodical with how you can run here versus like you're talking about with things that happen so fast, and carry that on as we're coming up on Texas, etc.
Yeah, yeah, this is definitely a different race. I feel like, it's shorter than last week. Just a little bit more of a normal race, I think. Yeah, but try to approach everything differently and limit mistakes, especially this time of the year, Just try not to have any bonehead moves. Here it's easy to make mistakes too. It's kind of like Darlington, you're running right up by the wall, and it's easy to hit it and kind of ruin your race, and you saw some guys do that last week. And I feel like I've done that here multiple times. You just run along and smack the fence, and now you got to pit. Now your day's kind of, you're playing catch-up. So, but there is things I think you can learn here, apply to Texas, apply to Vegas, a little bit of Homestead, not much, but yeah, this place you can definitely learn a lot for the later rounds if you can get there.
Sorry, the last true 1.5 mile race was actually at Charlotte, the Coke 600, which you won. Kansas may not have been the best for Penske, but since that was the last 1.5 mile, do you feel that can translate well here? And is this one more difficult to prep for, given how long it's been since we've raced on this type of track?
No, I wouldn't say it's more difficult to prep for. Being here earlier in the year, I think it's good that you kind of have something to look to with the spring race and try to rely on. This place is weird. It's you said it's the mile and a half since Charlotte, but those two tracks are so different. This place is fairly smooth. Charlotte, you got a bunch of bumps and a little bit more worn out surface, and lines are way different. Here you better be good up by the wall, and better be pretty good off of it too, like a lane down and try to pass people. So that part's a little bit different, comparing the two. But no, it's just you try to take what you've learned here. Heck, you can even take what you learned at like Michigan. Even though it's a bigger track, you kind of know the higher speed, mile and a half, 2 mile stuff. You can kind of all compare all the aero stuff and ride heights and try to figure out what the best combination is. So yeah, and you hope you hit it right. It's been a place that we haven't run great here in the last couple of years, but hopefully we can find something.
Thank you.
What's made the racing at Kansas so competitive, especially since the next gen car's introduction?
Yeah, this place is unique. It's not super old, but the wall has just been the fastest way around it, and the guys who can run great a lane off the wall is the ones who can usually win. I feel like the last 3 winners here with the 11, Lava and Kurt, they've been able to run off the wall, and they can make time that way, which makes you just great to pass people, right? Especially as the run goes on. If you're only good by the wall and you run up on a guy and he's holding you up, well, there's nowhere to go, So the big thing is, being good off the fence. And those guys were able to do it and win the race, and it just gives you so much more room to kind of move around and pass guys. And I think you've kind of seen that the last races here, which makes them look just crazy competitive. As you got, the leader who is fast but glued to the fence, and you got the guy running second who's faster and can run off the wall. Still hard to make the pass, but they've been able to do it in certain ways. So, it always, for some whatever reason, this place has been pretty unique on that side, to where the bottom's just kind of gone. I think it'll work its way back down eventually, given years, if we keep running at the fence. But it's exciting when you got cars at the wall and fighting to fight for that space. More exciting than when they're glued on the bottom. That's for sure. It just makes it a little bit more compelling to watch.
How encouraged are you by the 12 teams progression, especially since Charlotte?
Yeah, we're getting better the last couple months. I'd say June, July, we struggled pretty bad. Just didn't have any speed, kind of putting sloppy races together. But I feel like after that, we really got going well into August, middle way through August, leading into now. So you hope to just carry it. We did a good job last week kind of managing our race. And ended up with an okay finish, and you just try to keep doing that, especially the first round. Just don't make mistakes, and just try to do what you can. And obviously you want to always find speed, and hopefully we found a little bit more going into this weekend. I know we've been working super hard to try to find what RFK's been having going on that's made them super competitive. Obviously the speed is there in the Ford camp. We just have to find it.
Do you think that, because earlier in the season when all the Fords collectively weren't running well, it was like, well, NASCAR's probably going to have to give them something for next year and stuff. Like, now with the Fords having gotten more speed, like, do you think that's died down? Do you think that maybe you guys, in general, the Fords will still get some sort of session from NASCAR?
Well, we do have a new car next year, So we've been working on that, new nose and everything with the new Mustang. But yeah, I mean, you can make that argument, middle of the year that, we're a little behind. Okay, we won Charlotte in May. Then it was kind of a slump for everybody. And then, Front Row won Indy. RFK's been lights out here the last couple months. So I think that killed any of that, So it shows that it's possible, right? I mean, those guys have done a good job and found good speed and found a way to work around maybe the deficit that we were at, and just tinkering with their stuff and finding little things that add up and stack up and mean a ton. So I mean, it's things that we haven't found that yet, what those guys have found, and it is frustrating from our team standpoint. It's like, gosh, well, all the parts and pieces are there. Nowadays, right, they don't have a trick front spindle, right, or anything like that. Like before, it's there. You can do it. It's just a matter of putting it all together. So I think you just got to go to work and understand what you have right now and do the best you can with it. That's what you do.
And circling back to Darlington, admittedly, I believe you only had 2 top 10s in the track. So how important was it to open the playoffs? Qualifying top 5 and finishing there by the end of the day.
Yeah, we put a good race together. I think we scored like the 4th most points, which was good. So ran good in the stages. Got flipped around there with the weird cautions in stage 2. We decided to get stage points, and that set us towards the back. Starting the 3rd stage, we were able to kind of work our way back up there and run 9th. So, just nice to put a good day there, right? Have no problems, have no issues on pit road, and not make a mistake and knocking the fence down. And that's just kind of our mindset going into that place, right? You just try to put a good day together to see where you stack up, and we're able to do that. So that's nice not having any issues when that's a pretty common thing at that race.
Thank you.
Yep.
This is Harrison Burton, driver the number 21. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out one of these 2 videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.